Alright, now I did it right. Earlier, I started the live video and then the camera was going that way. I was like, what the hell did I just freaking do? And the ice cream truck was stuck in front of my house, and I hate the ice cream truck because it's so creepy. That music, it's kind of like I think it wants to kidnap kids, you know. So I hope you guys are ready for these free readings. Let me just share this feed real quick to couple groups, and then I'm gonna get it started. And as soon as you come by, just wave or say hi, say something, so I can know that you're here. And hi, Julia. So let me go share it at the swamp real quick. Come on by. There it is. Hi, Jamie. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Hi, Ellie. Video's lagging. It's probably the internet. It's gotta be the internet, and I do have to update this computer of mine. Hi, Veronica. So let me share this in mine, and then we're gonna start. I actually already opened up the session with the spirits. Hi, Misty. Hi, B. So I already opened up the session because I don't want to lose time, to waste time opening and asking my spirits if they would talk to me and stuff like that. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate it. So, now let me share this in the folk magic group. And the folk magic and ancestral witchcraft, that's my group. So if you guys are not there, come on by. And now, hi, Alexandria. All right. Not so great. Oh, come on. Every day that you wake up and you're breathing is a great day. And everything else that happens is just happens. That's the way to see these things. Now, oh my God, from Australia, I wish I would go over there and see it. Hi, Charles. Thank you so much. All right. Now, as I said, the session is already opened. So the spirits have agreed to talk and to help us over here and do this for free, because as you guys know, it's like there's always an exchange of energy. I always talk about that, about the exchange of energy, and that it doesn't need to be money per se, but they have agreed to do this because I just want to do it from the bottom of my heart. I already have the plenty questions. Like, I have about 40 something people that wrote questions over here, so I can read some of them. And I think that I will extend the session a little bit longer than half an hour, because it's like I did not expect this much outpour in questions. So it's like, yeah, I may take more people in, so hey, thank you, Emily. I'm usually a very happy person, and I'm I may come out as a bitch on videos because I talk smack or something, but yeah, I'm a happy-go-lucky puppy. Thank you, Lee. Alright, so let me see now which one, because I have some that are kind of like very open questions, and this is the way not to ask any questions. Let me say this. So when you're asking questions when it comes to divination, don't ask why is everything is going just wrong. Now, what am I supposed to do? What is anybody supposed to do with that kind of a question? Nothing. So it needs to be very, very specific, because it cannot be open-ended. Hi, Mary. Thank you, Teresa. Blessings right back. Hi, Lena. Thank you, Yvette. So let me see. So this is also like a question that I cannot quite answer. I'm really sorry, Rebecca. It says, I'm stuck and I have been for a while. Also very worried about my son. I don't understand what to do with that. So now, let me just say really, really quick, when it comes to feeling stuck, I don't even have to, throw this. I'm just gonna say this. Martinique, I'm gonna take a look. If you have written the question, I'm gonna take a look what you wrote, okay? So let me say this for any single one of you that feels right, vague questions, vague answers. For every single one of you that feels stuck, right? Or that you guys feel that shit is going wrong for you, this is not runes, this is Shamalonga's coconuts. Now, for anything that you guys feel that way, it's usually within you. The reason why you would be, this is, I'm generalizing, okay? The reason why you would be feeling like that, that you're stuck and that you're blocked, is that, first of all, you don't cleanse yourself, okay? When you don't cleanse yourself, all these icky, gooey shit gets stuck on you, and it, kind of weighs in on your aura, okay? So when this happens, it clogs your personal energy currents, and they can't move, right? So when this happens, yes, Anthony Shamalongos, I'm a palera. When this happens, shit's gonna start going very bad, okay? That means that you're gonna start feeling blocked because it's blocking you. It's basically like the stuff on the fridge. I always keep saying that, like that icky stuff on top of the fridge. Do you know how hard it is to clean it after you haven't cleaned it for a while? Super hard, super duper hard. So that's what happens usually in life. So hi Leilani. So you have to spiritually cleanse yourself, like on a regular basis, in order for it not to slow you down in life. Because the more you put that off, and this is majority of people, the more you put that off, the heavier this baggage is going to come that you are carrying with you. And it's not your baggage though, not your baggage. Thank you, Roxy. Because it's somebody else's. Like, people are going to come and talk to you about their problems, about their worries, and they're going to leave all that stuff with you, so you carry that with you. They're going to, thank you, Mandy. They're going to come and they're going to talk about anything, and it's all on you. They're basically leaving all the trash with you, and then you don't take it out. So if you don't take that trash out, Zdravo, Anna. If you don't take that trash out, then that is gonna just weigh you down for a very long time. So the longer that you don't cleanse yourself, the day that you decide to cleanse yourself, it needs to be done for a very long time. So I always say kind of like if you haven't cleansed in a month, go cleanse yourself for 1 to 3 days in a row. If you haven't cleansed for a year, cleanse yourself for 7 days in a row. If you haven't cleansed yourself for over 1 year, hi Nefertiti, if it has been way over a year or never ever, cleanse yourself for 14 days in a row, right? So the best way to cleanse, it can be anything. It can be with a bath. It can be fumigate yourself with incense. It can be even with an egg. You can cleanse yourself with an egg. Hi, Mindy. You can cleanse yourself with an egg, I even like cleansing with knives sometimes. And when I do a knife, like let's say this is the knife, right? For example, this is the blade, and yes, you're going to use the blade. You're just not going to cut yourself, right? So you're going to go like this. You're going to go over your body like this without cutting yourself, okay? So head, and then downwards, and then the legs, and then imagine this is your foot. So you're going to go from the heel towards the toes. Hi Kim, hi Joshua, and that is cleansing yourself, and then you have to dispose of that. If I'm taking a bath, I don't do any ritual disposing. I just let that stuff go down the drain. If I cleanse myself with a knife, then I cleanse the knife outside of the house with like Florida water or alcohol or something. And if I do an egg, I break the egg in the toilet bowl and then flush. And the incense, there's nothing to dispose of, right? So you can choose any one of those things. Whatever suits you at the moment really doesn't matter. Alright, so now, let me go to these questions that were already asked of people, like ahead of time. All right, so I don't know if Elena Marie is here. She says that she has been going to college off and on for several years, and every time I get going, I get hurt or sick. My question is, am I pursuing the wrong path? So this is a simple yes and no answer. I might as well do this. And when I cleanse myself with an egg, nothing really special. First of all, I ask the egg to take everything that doesn't serve me well within itself, and then I pray over it for that, and then I break it and just go like that, and then break it and flush. So hi Indira. All right, now let me see if she is pursuing the wrong path. This floor is horrible. I need a mat for this. Alright, so Lena, what they're saying is that you need to pursue the college, but you also need to pursue employment, either apprenticeship or something when it comes to the career that you're choosing. So, that is what they're saying. Mary Thompson, I don't know, honey. I don't know what Asperger's is, and I really avoid doing medical advice, around here like this, so I'm gonna have to really skip that, okay? So we have Ashley asking if her mama is proud of her. So let me see that. Ashley, yes, she is. She's very proud of you. That was like really good, yes. So Simone is asking, what can she do to reveal and cultivate the spiritual powers? So here it is. Willow, your ancestors always want to connect with you. That's not even anything that needs to be answered. So Asperger's is a form of autism. Yeah, I would really leave that up to the doctors. I wouldn't mess with any of that. So what can somebody do? And this can apply to all of you as well. See, all of you are asking me questions that I don't answer. If you guys watched the video on time, you would have seen that I ask for certain situations. What I do with the readings, when I do these readings, is I don't do general readings. I go and see what is the situation, what is a specific problem, and you tell me a specific problem, and then I take a look at a solution. That's how I do this. I don't do it like other people. I do it very differently. So, revealing and cultivating the spiritual powers is a simple ass answer: by meditation. Meditation. And it's not just that. It's also, you need to be very consistent, and you need to do this every day. Every day. There is no excuse that you wouldn't be sitting and meditating and developing yourself every day unless you're on a deathbed. That is the only time that you can do that. Only on the deathbed. Oh my God, deathbed. That's what I meant. Now I'm looking for questions more of that I can not so yes, no answers and not so general. I'm looking for questions that I can actually give some root work advice to. So, Bella. I missed Bella last time, so I'm going to answer her right now. So she goes like, was my daughter sent so I could embrace and accept the spiritual path? So let me see that. They said no, she was not sent for you to embrace and accept the spiritual path. So, Alright, here's a question that is specific. Now, hear this question that was given ahead of time. It says, this is from Kukla, okay, Kukla Sekirkova. It says, Dear Yasmina, I love the place where I'm living and I'm attached to it. Also because it keeps me connected to someone I have in my heart. But there's a very annoying person sharing the house with me. I wish she would leave the house, and what can I do? Am I blind by this love? As in that I should be the one to try to move from this place? And thank you for your attention. So this is very concise, and this also I can now throw to see any solution for this. So now let me see. Hi Mia. Well, I'm not taking any questions right now at this time because I was taking them for the past 10 days or something like that, 2 weeks. So I have about 40 people that have written stuff down, and if I have time, I'll look through the comments. If not, then the next time. So now let me see what it is that she can do. Is she supposed to kick this person out, or is she supposed to move? So now, when it comes to the moving and the person that you don't like, Kukla, you are not supposed to be making this person move. You are supposed to get out of there because you need to separate yourself from that. And because you are so attached, okay? Sean Sheldon, what is the problem, baby? You have a problem, you can leave, eh? Simple. Wish you all the best. Now, attachment is never good. So, what you need to do is, you need to work on your willpower to move. The willpower can be helped by spicy things, okay? It can be helped by battle things, okay? So, now, you can take some peppers. You can take St. John's wort. You can take bay leaf, and these three are good, okay? Yellow mustard seeds are very good because yellow mustard seeds are helping with having faith in yourself and succeeding like that, okay? So, because that is a very good combination, that can help you kind of like to give you that kick, so that way you are able to make that step and separate yourself from the house, because it's not good attachment to be attached to anything, and people usually take this the wrong way, especially if it's a significant other. It's not good because you don't need your happiness to depend on things or on people. You know, I don't care who it is, even if it's your children. It's not good. You can love them, but it's like you cannot depend like that. So separate yourself. Move out of that house. Use these ingredients. Get some red candles. You can make yourself an oil if you want. You can make yourself an oil with these if you want. Pray over it for willpower and for determination, you know? And then, use it on yourself as a perfume, like dress yourself anointed. I like to put like a cross over here and cross over here, and I like to put crosses over here on the wrists. So you can do that and apply it like that, and work consciously on your willpower and to get out of there, because you need that determination to make that step and separate yourself and get out of that. And this also goes for getting out of relationships that don't serve you any good as well. So if you guys haven't, caught it, the ingredients were, it can be cayenne pepper, St. John's wort, bay leaf, yellow mustard seed. So these are very good for the willpower, because St. John's wort is also invincibility as well, and it's about courage in battle. So you need that courage for that. So let me see who else has an actual issue again. So here it is. So, okay, here's an ancestral question. She goes, do I have ancestors fighting, fussing with each other in spiritual court? It feels like there is back and forth between them, as if they do not have the same intentions. My fixed candle work shows opposition. I have been doing road opening blockbusters in regards to moving to New Orleans full-time. So I'm guessing the Roxy, yes, I would mix all of those herbs together, yeah. So the question here is, I'm guessing that it's moving to New Orleans and the ancestors not being able to agree on that. And everybody has ancestors that don't get along and fight among one another, So that there's always oppositions in there. That is always a possibility. But let me see. I'm going to first see if that's the case. Yes, so the ancestors are the blockage to this, and what they're saying is, they're saying that, they need to be accepted, all of them, which means that there's some kind of a blockage in the psyche of Joe Kamalani here, and, she, needs to accept them all for who they are, because we're always going to have some ancestors that don't like us, and we don't agree with, and that can lead to problems. So all of them need to be acknowledged, all of them need to be venerated, and then they may open the roads to moving to New Orleans. So here's Yvette too. She says, Yvette Diaz. She says, I've been stuck for a while. I follow your advice. I've been a teacher for years, and I have no desire to teach anymore. I don't know what career path I should take that I would be successful. See, when it comes to that, I can't tell you which career you need to take so you can be successful. What you need to do is you need to find that within yourself. You need to sit down and write down, first of all, what you're good at skill-wise, and the second, what you're interested in, and then it comes down to putting the work in, okay? So this is for everybody. Thank you, Carmela. So this is for everybody that wants to be successful in just about anything, okay? I'm not gonna bog it down, right now. So what can you do? First of all, prosperity work can be very good. Get yourself a lodestone, okay? And the bigger the better. That's my opinion. The bigger the better, because the magnetic field is wider. Now, I don't fix it the traditional way that is taught around here. I wash it in alcohol, and then, I tell it what to do. I tell it the name. Like, if I want prosperity, I'm gonna name this lodestone something that is speaking of wealth. And I'm talking about wealth. So who or what am I gonna be thinking of? I'm gonna be thinking of a Rockefeller guy, right? or Mark Cuban, or somebody that is, wealthy beyond imagination. So that's what I'm going to name this lodestone. And then I'm going to tell it what its name, and then I'm going to say who I am, and I'm going to be saying my maiden name, not my married name. And then I'm going to ask it to, thank you, Eva, many blessings to you too. So I'm going to ask it to work with me. Because this is a living thing, a living thing. Don't ever forget, every single thing that you're working with is a living thing. It has its own vibration. So you're going to feed it every day with magnetic sand. I actually feed them sometimes even with herbs. I give them herbs that deal with that kind of stuff. If they want light, do the candle, right? So talk to it every day. Be thankful to it every day. Now, for success, it's not just the prosperity, right? For success, you need to be zoned in like this. You need to be eyes on the prize at all time. You cannot afford to sneeze. You cannot afford to blink if you want to be successful. You always need to be on it, in and out, day in and day out. Even when you sleep, you wake up and you think of that. If you don't wake up and you don't think of that, then you ain't doing it. So now, what can you do for that? See, even previously when we were talking about that, about the willpower stuff, the herbs, you can still use that to help you with willpower. Because you're going to need a lot of willpower in order for you to succeed, to get your shit going. It's not easy. It's very hard. And your family may suffer your attention. It's draining. So you have to have willpower. You have to be determined. And you have to be focused. So whatever herbs, and I'm going to leave that up to you as well, to do a little bit of your own research. I like mint, because mint helps me think. And I like King of Solomon root. Because the root of King Solomon, well, he's a king and he was wise. So he's going to help me make good decisions, right? So, always do that. If you cannot, when it comes to success, whatever the success is, hi Latonia, thank you Rachel. So whatever the success, whatever field it is that you want to go in and you want to succeed in, magic and spells is not gonna do you too good if you don't put your all in. There is no weekends. You can forget about weekends. You can forget about all of that stuff. So on the mundane level, you have to put everything in. Everything in. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed. Regardless how many spells you're going to do. Regardless how many road openers, how many crown of successes. None of that is going to matter. Because all of those are going to bring about a temporary result. Okay? It's going to be so temporary that it's going to be insignificant. So, I'm like, have a dry mouth right now from speaking so much. So here's another one about success, and I think that I just answered it. If I didn't answer the success thing, you know what? I'm going to wait for questions on the success right now if you guys have any. While I'm looking through these comments over here. Hi Daisy. Hi Drusilla, Razy. You're fine, Anya. You can come here and say hi. Come here. Come on. You're okay. There's my 13-year-old. That's my younger one. She ain't shy. Thank you, Ma. So, we have a question. Thank you, Eva. And, now, okay. Yeah, you get out what you put in, and definitely when it comes to all of that, like, you really have to put in a lot. You have to be hungry for it. You have to be hungry. You just have to. There is no, like, even when it comes to losing weight, okay? And when it comes to losing weight, people think that they can do spells, or they can do this, they can do that. But unless, first of all, spells don't help with that shit. Second, you have to want it. There is no shortcuts for nothing. Malekus Alashari. There's no shortcuts for nothing. Everything you need to put sweat and blood in everything. So we do have another question, and this is Melissa Risban, and she says, my 10-year-old grandson is having anger issues. I think it's because he has gifts that he is unsure or even afraid of. My question is two parts. Does he have the gifts, and what can I do to help him? So first of all, let me see if he has the gifts or not, because usually anger issues with kids are very deep, and they usually stem at home. Usually they have nothing to do with gifts. So let me see. Hey, Anna, give me that shell, Mama.
Alright. There you go.
Thank you. Alright, now, what they're saying is that yes, he has a gift. He is a sensitive. He doesn't see spirits, but he's sensitive to them, okay? So now, when it comes to that, okay? Hi, yeah. And thank you, Nikki. Like, everybody thinks that they can, spells won't work unless that's for everything. And I know that I may be shooting myself in the foot because I'm selling like supplies and stuff like that, but it is the God honest truth. You don't want to see the floor needs to be mopped. I wish I was sitting on the carpet, but it's not bright enough over there. So here, that's one of the shells. So, the child that has anger issues does have gifts. He is sensitive to spirit. He doesn't see them, but he's just sensitive to all of that stuff. So, there is frustration that is coming from not being understood, okay? And probably these, he's at that age, that 10-year-old age where, it's very confusing. All of that, and it's scary at the same time and frustrating at the same time. And then if there is no support at home, that makes it a little bit worse. I don't know if he's got support or not. I took a look if he's got the gifts, and the things that they said that you can do to help him is protection. So that's what you gotta do. You have to make something for protection, and this is because all these energies, all these spirits are on him because they're seeing him as kind of like he's like a light bulb in the dark, okay? So all of that is attracted to him. It's like the moth at night, so they're coming at him. So if they feel frustration, if they feel any of these low vibrating emotions, they're gonna cling to that, and then they're gonna try to make some more of that so they can feed, on them frustrations. Now, this child, protection is very important for children. Most of the children are very sensitive to these energies, and they stay sensitive until we as parents or as society or as grandparents don't go start brainwashing them and telling them that it's all in their head or it doesn't exist or any of that stuff. So that's when that can flip, and until then, they're very sensitive, and if they're scared, then they're gonna, these spirits are gonna try to, get that, even more. So, what's important over here, if you are working with your ancestors, you're gonna be asking them for protection. The stronger your ancestors are, the more they can watch over you and the family. That's one. Second, you can make a talisman for protection. And the way that you would do it is you can take any of these little bags. Yeah, see? At the same time, Rachel, great minds, hey? Yes, it can contain any personal concern. It can be anything. Yeah, it can be a tooth, it can be hair, nail, it can be a name, picture, whatever it is. But any one of these is fine, and it doesn't matter. Red is, by me in my country, red is traditional for most of these little baggies. So red is also very good for protection because red is very violent energy, aggressive energy. So that can really help with the protection. Now it depends on what kind of protection you want. If you want more of him to be cloaked, then you can use black cloth. If you want that aggressive one, then use the red one. So it just depends on what kind of energy you want to call forward. So good ingredients, good medicines for protection are angelica root. Basil is one of my favorites as well. I do love cayenne pepper too. What else? Bloodroot. I really like bloodroot. So, Latonia, I'm waiting for the question. I'm reading. So, these are very good. Bay leaf is also good. And I'm saying all these basic herbs because there's really no need for getting expensive or getting exotic stuff, because what did our ancestors use? Our ancestors worked with what was available locally, what grew around them most of the time. So, I'm pretty sure that your son sees the spirits. He just it's with these kids. I'm from Macedonia, Eva. So with these children, like, they need to get comfortable with that, and they need to stop being scared. Like, I had to talk to my kids as well when it came to that. I had this is what I had for them while they were a little bit younger than right now. I took a glass. And this is what my abuela told me. And my abuela is my grandmother in Palo, okay? And this is just basic. It's not Palo per se, okay? Basic folk magic. So you can take a glass, small glass like this, right? Like a cognac glass, right? Put egg in it, raw egg in it, and put water in it. And then put it under their bed. Red candle with the name is good too. But this, when you have that egg in the water, and salt, she said salt too, and then put it under their bed, that way, all of that, whatever is going on gets absorbed. But this is not for spirits per se. This is more for any nasty that us as adults are kind of like attracting. Basically, when you go talk to people and you say to people what they don't want to hear, and then they blow up at you, they just send you negative energy, and the negative energy that you're being sent goes to your children first because they are the weakest link. Latonia, I'll get to you if I can. I thought that you were asking something that is pertaining what I'm talking about right now. I'll get to you if I can. If I finish these comments, I have about 40-something comments that were left in the past 10 days. So, now, hi Lagisha. Now, so you can do this talisman for the protection, right? You can use bullets too. Let's not forget the bullets, okay? Bullets or gunpowder too. And put it all together with those herbs and put it in this little baggie and put it under their mattress or under their pillow. So when they're sleeping, there is no funny business going around when it comes to these spirits. And then, hi Ved, and then the more you venerate your ancestors, the less these things are going to start happening. So, before I was heavily into all this, there was many reports from my children that there is some things moving, fairies are dancing on their beds, and this and that, and it always scared them. And the more scared that they got, the worse they got. And then as we were working through that stuff, all that just stopped happening. Stopped happening. Now, let me see these other guys. Thank you, Harold. So Anna is saying that they have a generational curse going on, and that every woman on the mother's side of the family have had bad luck in the marriage, and she hasn't had much luck either. So the moms has said that it may have been done by a woman that her grandfather was having on the side. So let's see if that's the case. Bloodroot, you can find it online. I just forgot where I got it. Mountain Rose Herb. So let me see, what is this generational curse? So, it is from that woman that the day that I was seeing the grandfather. So, she's the one that got the curse going. Now, yeah, this is not, guys, this is really not like a picture reading. You can't be asking me what do I have for you. But please, do keep in mind that I'm gonna have this kind of thing going on again in about 2 weeks, one more time. And I take these questions ahead of time before the live session happens. So you guys don't miss it, you can go to ancestralwitch.com and scroll all the way down and find the email subscription box. That way, you will receive an email. And I say it ahead of time, like about 2 weeks or about 10 days ahead of time, something like that, that I'm collecting these comments. So then you guys can write them, under the, kind of like the introduction video or post or something like that. I don't know how to say it. So that's what I'm answering right now. And if there's anything that, if you guys can ask anything that pertains to that issue, that's okay, but not something completely off to the side. I was talking about that earlier, Shayna, about feeling stuck and about starting business and succeeding. So when the session is done, you can kind of like rewind. Hi, Marco. So let's get back to the generational curse that Anna is talking about, that this woman that her grandfather was with has started it. Now, what they're saying is that usually I always say you need to see who it was in the family, and that this person needs to be appeased. Now they're not saying that this person needs to be appeased. Now they're telling that this person needs to be nailed. See, now, because every situation is not the same. Every situation is not the same. Every situation, there's a different kind of approach, Sometimes you need to appease them. Sometimes you need to, deal with them. This one is not a family member. So this one is going to be dealt with, basically. And this needs to be dealt with at her grave. So, now, if you can't get to her grave, I don't think there's anything else that you can do. So you need to go find her grave. If she's alive, you need to go to her house. So you're gonna take a railroad spike and you will nail her there. So you're gonna take this spike and you're gonna take red string, okay? So what you're gonna do is, I wish I had a spike right now with me, but alright, let's see, this is the spike, let's say, right? So you're gonna take the spike and you're gonna take like a yarn, red yarn, cut it, right? A string. So you're gonna go and then you're gonna tie it about 9 times around that spike and say that you tied this person. And you're gonna nail that in that dirt. So you tie that person you tie the power that that person has. And then you nail them so it can stay there. It can be kept there in place. Emily, I don't know what you're saying, intro video on my page. I do the intro videos usually, on the Facebook fan pages that I'm about to do one of these, but it can be a video, it can be a picture. But you guys get the link to it via the email right away anyways, so it's like right away it can be a comment underneath. So we are over the time, 15 minutes over the time, but I said I'm gonna take a little bit more time. Now, these are all very, very general questions. So, when it comes to relationships, there's a lot of questions that it comes to relationships and asking if somebody's going to be with me or not. Those are the questions that I definitely, absolutely refuse to throw my shells for, because those are those childish 13-year-old kind of questions. And I'm not going to do that to my spirits. They are above that. Now let me talk on this really, really quick when it comes to relationships. Relationships are a two-way street, okay? If he or she, it needs to be both ways. It needs to be respect from both ways. It needs to be space given from both ways. And this goes, you can't be clingy. You can't be naggy. When it comes to sex, you gotta get down. It is what it is. So what else? Now I'm getting sidetracked by reading your guys' comments for a little bit. So you can't be nagging. You can't be always complaining. You can't be not willing to change or compromise, okay? You have to be willing to compromise, because relationship is a partnership. It's not just me. You know? See ya, Drusilla. So, when it comes to this kind of stuff, if the other person is not returning in the same way, then you need to sit down and have some communication, really down-to-earth communication. See what's wrong, what it is that you are doing wrong. Like, don't think that you are without a fault. And I'm talking to every single one of you that are asking me about relationships right now. There is one too many of you. So, you always have something that you bear responsibility for. It's not only the partner, it's you as well. Now, if this is the case that, you are doing everything right and he or she is not, then you need to leave and save yourself that, because the longer you hold on, the worse it is. It's not good for you. You gotta leave. But if this is kind of like your fault and his fault or her fault or whatever the case is, sit down and talk. Communication, really, sex and communication, right there. Now, so this is how you're going to be looking to have a relationship. You need to be able to do these things, and you cannot have hurt feelings. So when it comes to sitting down and talking to this other person, to your significant other, you cannot have your feelings hurt. I mean, of course your feelings are going to get hurt. That's normal. You're going to get a little bit hurt. But you can't hold that, and you can't hold it against the person. So if somebody tells you, well, you have gained some weight, I need you to lose some weight. Well, fuck it. It is what it is. Some people are like that. Most people actually are like that. You know, we're animals. We're also very visual creatures. So, go do that. If somebody, if somebody's telling you that you're not opening enough, you're not talking enough, well, start freaking talking. So, it's simple, but it's hard, okay? And if nobody's willing to change, if nobody's willing to compromise, then leave. And when it comes to in-laws, you cannot do any spells on in-laws. The thing is, the problem doesn't lie in the in-laws. The problem lies in your significant other, okay? Because this significant other of yours need to put the boundaries for his family when it comes to your relationship. So there's absolutely nothing that smart that you can do to get that done via magic. So either you're gonna have your significant other put the boundaries, or you need to contact them. Lupita, I'm kind of like I have those kind of videos. I do those mostly on my YouTube when it comes to single topics, but I guess we can do these as well. We can do them like half an hour. I'm not going to be sitting like this for an hour like I'm sitting right now. So, I'm done talking because everything else is very, very, very general questions. Now, let me answer this too. And the question is the cerebral palsy a ancestral heritage illness? It can be. It can be, but it doesn't have to mean that it is. Because it can be that the son is paying for the father's sins. Okay, Vanessa, I'm gonna see that real quick, but and after that, I'm gonna hang up. Doing your in-laws can create problems in future generations. Yes, if you are doing harmful magic on them. Yes, definitely it can. But let me see. And yes, your mother is around. But now let me gather my shells. And next time we can do a topic, and then a certain topic, and then I can take these comments and these questions again ahead of time, before the live session starts. So if you guys want to get these notifications, just go to ancestralwitch.com, scroll the way down, and put your email in the subscription box for the newsletter, and that way you can get that notification. So it's okay, Ellie. It's Latonia. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Let me see what it is that you asked. Write it down again. What you asked before I hang up. Come on. I'm waiting. Because this is on the cell phone and I can't quite see. No. Hi, Elba. What do you mean if you're sick, Mirror? What kind of a sickness are we talking about? Latonia, I can't find your question. Alright, Luke, let me see if your grandmas are with you. some, not all. Okay, are you on the right path with the plans for the potential business? Alright, so let me see that. Yes, Latonia, you're golden. You're like going right where you're supposed to. So, we're done. For the next one, we will have a topic. I'm gonna have to think about that, how we're gonna do this. Thank you all for being here and for keeping me company. I'm sorry to every single one of you that I didn't get to, and I hope I explained how I'm taking these questions and how these questions need to be formulated in order so it can be easier for me to ask my spirits. Mirror, if you go to ancestralwitch.com and get scroll down and find the divination section, you're gonna see the divinations there. Or you can wait until the next free session. It's okay. Anything that you choose. So, with that said, I bid you good night, and yeah. But see, what I'm gonna do when it comes to the topics, before I hang up again, when it comes to the topics of the next ones, I'm gonna send an email out, and I will ask you guys to pick a topic, because I'm gonna want to discuss stuff that you want to discuss, not so much about me, because if it's up to me, I'm going to talk to you about bodybuilding and, not about magic, so, so, that's that, and, thank you, Yvette, and, I love you all. Enjoy the rest of the day, wherever you are, and, see you next time.